Imagine a kingdom shrouded in mystery. This was the Mali Empire before Mansa Musa. We know little of his early life. What we do know is that destiny had great plans for him. Musa's predecessor, Abu Bakr II, was a curious man. He longed to explore the edge of the world. Abu Bakr II assembled a grand fleet and set sail across the Atlantic. He was never seen again. With the king gone, someone had to rule. Musa, as a trusted advisor, was a natural choice. He stepped into a position he likely never expected. Little did anyone know they were witnessing the rise of a legend. Mansa Musa, meaning King Moses, would become the greatest leader Mali had ever known. His name would echo through history. He would become a symbol of wealth, power, and piety. The Mali Empire was vast. It spanned thousands of miles across West Africa. This was a land of rolling savannas, mighty rivers, and bustling cities. But the true source of Mali's wealth lay beneath the surface: gold. Mali possessed it in astounding quantities. The mines of Bur and Bambouk seemed to pour forth an endless supply. This precious metal would be the foundation of Mansa Musa's power. But gold wasn't Mali's only treasure. To the north lay the Sahara Desert. This seemingly barren land held another valuable commodity: salt. The people of the south desperately needed it. They traded their gold for this essential mineral. Mansa Musa controlled this trade. It made him unimaginably wealthy. His riches would become legendary, whispered on the winds across continents. Imagine a long line of camels stretching across the horizon. They carry heavy loads of gold, salt, ivory, and kola nuts. This was the lifeblood of the Mali Empire, the trans-Saharan trade. Caravans traveled for months across the unforgiving desert. They connected the great cities of North Africa to the riches of the south. Cities like Yen, Gao, and the fabled Timbuktu thrived under Mansa Musa's rule. Their marketplaces overflowed with goods from distant lands. Merchants from Egypt, Arabia, and even Europe flocked to Mali. They sought to trade with the wealthiest king on earth. Mansa Musa welcomed them. He knew that trade brought not just wealth, but knowledge and new ideas. This exchange of culture and learning would leave a lasting impact on Mali. Under Mansa Musa's reign, Timbuktu transformed. It wasn't just a trading hub, it became a beacon of knowledge in a world often shrouded in darkness. Scholars, poets, and artists from across the Islamic world flocked to Timbuktu. They were drawn by Mansa Musa's patronage and the city's vibrant intellectual atmosphere. Libraries, mosques, and universities rose from the desert sands. Their shelves overflowed with ancient manuscripts. These texts covered everything from astronomy and mathematics to literature and history. Students traveled for months to study at the feet of Timbuktu's renowned scholars. Mansa Musa believed that education was the key to a prosperous and just society. He invested heavily in Timbuktu's growth, ensuring its place as a center of learning for centuries to come. Section 5. The Journey of a Lifetime, Mansa Musa's Pilgrimage. Every devout Muslim dreams of making the Hajj, the pilgrimage to Mecca. For Mansa Musa, this journey would be a testament to his faith. It would also be a display of wealth and power, the likes of which the world had never seen. In 1324, Mansa Musa set out from Mali. He was accompanied by an entourage of tens of thousands. This included soldiers, servants, scholars, and preachers. They traveled with a caravan of camels laden with gold, provisions, and gifts. Their journey took them across the Sahara, through Egypt, and finally to the holy city of Mecca. Everywhere they went, Mansa Musa's generosity was on full display. He distributed gold to the poor, built mosques, and showered gifts on local rulers. Word of his extravagant procession spread like wildfire. Mansa Musa was making a statement to the world. Mali was a force to be reckoned with. Section 6. A river of gold. Mansa Musa's extravagance. Imagine streets paved with gold. This wasn't far from the truth when Mansa Musa passed through Cairo. He distributed so much gold that the city's economy was disrupted for years. The price of gold plummeted and inflation soared. But Mansa Musa's generosity didn't stop there. He commissioned the construction of mosques and palaces. He showered his hosts with gifts beyond their wildest imaginations. This lavish display of wealth served a purpose. Mansa Musa understood the power of spectacle. He wanted the world to know about the glory of Mali. He wanted to forge alliances and establish trade relationships. His pilgrimage was a strategic masterpiece. It cemented his legend and put Mali on the map. Section 7, Cairo's Golden Age. Mansa Musa's visit to Cairo wasn't just about extravagance, it had a lasting impact on the city. The influx of gold stimulated the economy. It funded a period of artistic and architectural flourishing. Mosques were built, libraries expanded, and scholars flocked to Cairo. The city's reputation as a center of learning and culture grew. This was in no small part due to Mansa Musa's patronage. He recognized the importance of knowledge and invested heavily in its pursuit. His visit to Cairo was a pivotal moment in the city's history. It marked the beginning of a golden age that would influence the course of Islamic civilization. Section 8. The Legacy of a King. Mansa Musa returned to Mali a hero. He had performed the Hajj, secured his place in history, and put his empire on the world stage. But his work wasn't finished. He continued to rule with wisdom and generosity. He expanded the borders of his empire. He fostered trade and scholarship. And he ensured that Mali remained a beacon of prosperity and learning in a tumultuous world. When he died in 1337, Mansa Musa left behind a legacy that would endure for centuries. He was remembered as a just and pious ruler, a patron of the arts and sciences, and above all, the richest man the world had ever known. His story is a testament to the power of faith, ambition, and the enduring allure of gold. Section 9. Mansa Musa's impact on cartography. Mansa Musa's journey to Mecca had an unexpected consequence. It captured the imagination of European mapmakers. At the time, their knowledge of Africa was limited, but the tales of Mansa Musa's wealth and the grandeur of his empire sparked their curiosity. They began to include Mali on their maps. Often Mansa Musa himself was depicted holding a golden scepter or a nugget of gold. These maps weren't always accurate, but they reflected the growing awareness of Mali's power and wealth in the European consciousness. Mansa Musa's pilgrimage had inadvertently put his empire on the map, literally. It challenged European perceptions of Africa and sparked a curiosity that would eventually lead to greater exploration and interaction between the two continents. Section 10. A timeless tale. Mansa Musa's story is more than just history. It's a tale that continues to fascinate and inspire us today. It's a story about the power of ambition, the importance of education, and the enduring allure of wealth. But it's also a story about faith, generosity, and the lasting impact one person can have on the world. Mansa Musa's legacy reminds us that even in the distant past, great civilizations flourished in Africa. They made significant contributions to art, science, and trade. His story challenges us to look beyond the stereotypes and appreciate the richness and diversity of African history. It's a story that deserves to be told and retold for generations to come.